Peace is the path to the prosperity of a nation. Let peace reign. On the news this evening, body of kidnapped protocol officer, former chief of staff found. Youths criticize government failure to visit oil spill sites in Rivers State. Presidency dismisses report of pay rise for public office holders. Nigerian workers rank second most hardworking workers globally. Water producers justify rising price of sachet water. And on the foreign scene, debris field found in search for missing Titan sub. I am Carl Orakwe with the news. The body of kidnapped protocol officer of the former chief of staff was found today. Justice Azunda's body was discovered in a shallow grave inside the forest in a Librada community in Emoha local government area of Rivers State. The police team, led by the DP of Rumuji Division, CSP Ofuna, in collaboration with MOVs, made the discovery. The recovery was made after the police arrested a member of the late Nwodi gang who, upon interrogation, confessed that Mr. Justice was killed and buried in a shallow grave in their camp in Librada. The suspect, however, took the police to their camp in a boundary forest between Librada and Ogbodo community, Ikwere local government area. Our correspondent Emeka Otuka observed that there were other shallow graves at the camp and that the camp was set ablaze by the police. Recall that late Justice Azunda was kidnapped by the late notorious kidnapper Nwigwe Nwodi in Isiodu community. The situation led to the review of the bounty placed on Nwodi and his gang from 1 million to 2 million naira. A week after the bounty was reviewed, the River State Police Command confirmed the killing of Onigwe Nwodi, his second in command, and 2 other members of his gang, including a female, at Ogoloma community in Okrika local government area during a gun battle. Meanwhile, the chairman of Emoha local government area, Chidi Lloyd, spoke to newsmen shortly after the corpse was exhumed in the forest.
Today we've confirmed that indeed he's passed on, and the DPO and his men have also recovered ATM cards belonging to the late Zonda. It's a very sad day for me. I do not know how to express this because nobody had a premonition that this kind of thing will happen to a boisterous young man as late as Zonda. But the most important thing is that I want to use this opportunity to say to people of more of our local government to cooperate with the police. The police are indeed our friend. But the police, when they have credible information, will work on it. And most of these puzzles will be unraveled. And that is why CSP Ofuna and his men have been able to unravel this puzzle. There is no way anybody on earth would have located the remains of the late Azunda in this kind of forest. We have trekked nearly 3 hours to get to where we are now from the community.
Dr. Lloyd also called on residents of MOR to give the security agencies useful information to aid their operation.
The striking thing is that as we were coming, we found villagers who were returning from farm. So which means they see these boys and maybe for fear of for their own lives too, they are not able to cooperate. So we have said that they should talk to me. Whoever sees something should say something. And with the kind of DPOs that I have now in these 2 divisions in the local government, MOA is not going to be easy for any criminal. Okay. And I still say that they have an opportunity now to turn a new leaf by coming to the council to get registered. We will reintegrate them into the society. Otherwise, the full weight of the law will be brought upon whoever has a hand in this dastard act.
Moving on, some youths in Eto in Eleme local government area of Rivers State are disappointed that government agencies have not visited the community following the oil spill in that area. The youths claim that their farmlands have been destroyed because of the oil spill. Some of them told correspondent Soibio Ruari this is the 3rd time there has been an oil spill and there has never been any visits from a government official.
We discovered that the place was leaking and even affect the water that we are using. If we have some persons that can even come from delegate from the government to come and investigate, they will even see with their eyes. Our water is toxicated. We can no longer go and have water and even kill fish the way we normally do. There is too much oil in the farm. You have to go there with remote because
This oil has damaged our land, our fish, everything, even our cassava, everything has damaged. So there's nothing we can do. This is how we take to farm. This is how we take to eat. So let them come and see the community.
What we have observed there is that the oil explode there and spoil our land, destroy our farm and fish. Inform authority, that was yesterday morning. Then they say they will come today.
Meanwhile, the councillor representing Ito in Eleme Legislative House, Dominic Okulolo, said the leaders of the community would do everything to hold the owners of the pipeline accountable.
The level the oil spill is much on the land. It's split all over the places. The cassavas and the yams, everything planted there is already damaged by the oil. And this is where I went there yesterday and day before yesterday, and I saw it. People having the product, they are not being touched, but we'll get in touch with them. Everything will be done. We'll all meet tomorrow and come to agreement. So I've told them to be everybody should be calm, because this is a thing of government, not only us alone as a community.
The youth leader of Ito community, Gift Ngbalu, also spoke on the implication of the oil spill on the environment.
When we discover it all over our farmland has been totally polluted with crude. We don't have access to our farm. Even our streams have been totally contaminated. We don't longer go to stream anymore. So we are calling on the relevant government, political leaders to come to our aims, to know how we can be able to do about this, to put an end to this. These have really caused a total damage in our community. We don't longer go to farm. That's our most concern. Our farm has been totally damaged. Our stream where we are managing, this is not the first time that it's 2018, things like this happened.
Our correspondent who visited the Okeolebe stream where the oil spill occurred reports that there was sighting of the spill, but the major source of the oil spill was not sighted. In the meantime, the management of Nostra is yet to speak on the latest oil spill in Ito, but there are plans for the GIV team to visit the site of the oil spill. Following the increase in the cost of sachet water, the Vice Chairman of the River State Waters Producers Association of Nigeria, Clifford Okoche, says the price increase is due to the hike in pump price of petrol and raw materials. He also debunked rumors that the union plans to go on strike. He spoke to correspondent Constance Mega.
For now, we don't have any plan of going on strike because strike is not a control measure. We are an advocate of dialogue. We are increasing the price basically because of the raw materials. Because of the fuel increase, every raw material has gone up. Every raw material that we're actually using for the production of water, all are imported.
Mr. Koche explains that the wholesale price increase is not expected to affect the retail price, adding that when they sold a bag for 200 naira, the retailers who sold at 20 naira got a profit of 200 naira as well.
Don't take any sachet water stay more than 1 week. We produce millions of sachet water every day, not in thousands, and people consume it. We drop 10 bags of water in any shop. Before the day will go off, they will finish the 10 bags. If people are selling it at the rate of 300 naira and they are selling it at the rate of 20 naira, they are making 100 naira for one bag. Before we were selling at 200, they are making 200 naira. That means they buy 200 naira and they make 200 naira. I don't see any business that is as good as that.
He also cautioned residents to be careful of the sachet water they drink and blamed shady NAFDAC officials for the proliferation of quack water factories in the state.
The basic one that you can look for is the odor and the cleanliness of the water. I don't know how most of the quack factories are getting their NAFDAC registration. A lot of them are actually quack. And because they did not pass through the due process, they boycott a lot of things. Some of them, they relocate their factory to another area without letting NAFDAC know. NAFDAC will not check. And most of the NAFDAC staff, is a pity that they actually collide with these people. If you want to go for inspection, NAFDAC is supposed to follow us, but they won't follow us, and we are not empowered by the law to go and shut down any factory.
Our correspondent reports that the price of a bag of sachet water has increased from between 200 and 250 naira to about 350 and 450 naira. Also, a sachet of water that was sold at 20 naira is now being sold for 30 naira. NAFDAC says all noodles in Nigeria are safe. The Director General of NAFDAC, Professor Mujisola Adeyeye, said this in Lagos today following investigation into the presence of ethylene oxide or its metabolite in noodles and their seasonings. Professor Adeyeye said ethylene oxide or its derivative was not found in any of the instant noodles produced in Nigeria and their seasonings. The presidency says President Bola Tinubu has not approved any pay rise for public office holders. In a statement today, the special advisor to the president on special duties, communication and strategy, Dele Alake, said such a proposal has been brought before President Tinubu. No such proposal has been brought before President Tinubu for consideration. The statement follows reports that the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission had approved a 114% increase in the salary